Welcome. It's our first fire of the year. Hope you guys are doing well. This is Greg Nelson. I'm just sitting here by the fire after I did a day of yard work and mowing the lawn, and I shot the yard down for the weeds last week to get ahead of it, and I'm so glad I did. They are springing up everywhere, but not in my yard, thank goodness. Well, the fire's rolling. It's a beautiful evening outside. Boy, it's partly blue skies. There are rain clouds coming over. It hailed earlier today. There's still snow on the top of the foothills of the mountains. Mount Rainier is still covered in snow, still dumped in snow. But the sunset is just absolutely beautiful tonight. And I thought, what a better way to spend the evening than sitting by the fire. Of course, you could hear Charlie going off like crazy. Just wanted to talk with you this evening. Hopefully you're doing well. It's your first time seeing me on video, or if you've seen any of my other videos in the past. I'm a personal development coach. Quit my job here recently. I was in a really well position. My department was being phased out, and I decided to make a move. But had planned for this day, being in the position I have and knowing the industry I worked in. I know that you could, at the drop of a hat, your name could be called and you could be out on the streets, and I didn't want to put myself in that position. And I love the company I worked for. I didn't want to go to work for another company unless I was doing my own thing. So I figured, hey, I've put myself in a really good position over the year. It allowed myself the freedom to, when my world went crazy and went upside down, I was able to pull the plug and just walk away for a while. And there's a really good book. I don't know if any of you have read it. And if you haven't, you should go out and get it. It's called The Millionaire Next Door. And that book is absolutely amazing. It breaks down the mathematics of what is expected. They have a recent edition that was put out. And so it was up because the book has been out I think 30, 40 years, maybe even longer than that. But they have a recent updated version that you can get. It's just the book I got. It's completely eye-opening. And when it puts things into perspective of what's really important in your life and what we decide to spend money on. And if you've seen my budgeting videos in the past, then I'm not a fan of consumer debt. I've been in consumer debt many times throughout my life, and I've been out of consumer debt many times throughout my life. And it's understandable in desperate times of certain times where you need to whack the credit card. Just as long as you don't only pay off the minimum payment and that's all you do. Because if that's all you're doing to pay off, get out of debt, is just pay the minimum payment on your credit cards, it's going to be a long haul. And so I wouldn't really recommend that. What I would do is if you have to do it, try to pay it off in 30 days. If not, pay it off as soon as possible. Try it in 90 days. Really set a standard out there of how much of money you're gonna throw at that per side, and then get straight. And then once you're right, then start stocking that money away. Build your war chest for the times of need. What if it's not the times of need? What if you have your own business, and business is thriving, and but you've been in debt? You're a family parent, and life is hard. We all struggle. I'm a parent and gone through the struggles, and so I do completely understand, but. But say you're that individual, you're a business owner, and you just got out of debt, and you're looking to either spend money. What I would do is I would take as much money, I would set it to the side, build up a war chest, at least 6 months of your income. And I heard a good advice of somebody I worked with once, told me that and I think I was like 25, 30 at the time, said that if you had 30 grand saved up in your savings account, you could do whatever you want with the rest of the money that you make. And you can go out and take your vacation, spend that, but that is a reserve. That's in case anything goes sideways. You're still going to be okay. Now, 20 years down the road, that number's got to be probably 50 grand for most of us, I had to take in budget with my daughter. Almost, she has a couple years left in school, and with that, I had to budget for the next 2 years and figure out, what I really needed to set aside, what I could live on, and how much I needed to pay for the house and the car payment and everything else. But it could be done, and if that's your burning desire, then go for it. You need to go for it. Don't let anything get in your way, not even barking dogs like Charlie. Charlie's a great dog. He's a half border collie, half German pointer. We think he's a little feral, and we got him at the Humane Society, and we were his second or third owner when he was 6 months old. Hey, no. When he was 6 months old, and he suffered from serious PTSD. We think the last owners I think he's a farm dog, or they tried to domesticate him, and he wasn't having it. And I think they beat him up pretty good as a little puppy, and so we're working through it. He's a work in progress. We've had him for about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years, and well, hopefully he'll settle down for a little bit. Come here, Charlie. Come say hi to America. Come say hi. Oh yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah. Is this the first night we've had a fire? Huh? Since last year, huh? Yeah, it's such a pretty evening. There's so much snow up in the mountains that it is ridiculous. They're still skiing and snowboarding, and boy, we're only about, 30, 35 minutes away for some of the greatest skiing and snowboarding, and I believe in America. And who knows, maybe this next week we'll venture on up there and take a look at the slopes, and you can see, here it is, March is halfway done, almost done, more done than has started, and going into April, and the weather down here is beautiful. I said earlier, it did hail earlier today, so we've had sun, we've had rain, we've had hail, and now it's just partly cloudy and beautiful sunset as the sun is already dipped on down over the horizon. So hey, what do you really want in life? Such an important question, and whether you really know what you want in life or whether you haven't figured it out yet. If you haven't figured it out yet, I would say maybe briefly go and take a look at your past, no matter what age you're at, and look back and find out what intrigued you. When you were 8, 9, 10 years old, what kept you up at night? What did you want to do? And figure out how you could do something that works around that, and then go after it. Just go after it and attack it. If you already know what it is you want, what's stopping you? What's holding you back? Things will get done once you make the commitment to do it and take action and put in the effort, put in the hard work to get it done. And then you got to keep writing your goals down. Maybe you've heard about vision boards in the past, and some people really like the idea of creating a vision board. And what that essentially is taking a big piece of cardboard, or maybe it's a cork thumbtack board, and you cut out images of things that you want in your life, and you put it on that board, and you put it in an area where you're going to walk by it multiple times a day and see it, maybe somewhere in your bedroom or in your hall, or right on, people put pictures on their bathroom mirrors. I've got writings on my bathroom mirrors with a dry erase marker. Yeah, that's an easy way. You can get a dry erase marker, put some affirmations or goals on there so you see it on a constant basis. Because look, it's tough. If what you want, your burning desire, if that is big enough, you are constantly, you almost need to create a new program in your mind and forget the program that's been running. Just drop it. Forget about it. It's in the past. It hasn't been working up into this point, or maybe it's brought you up into this point, and now you need to set a new program that maybe is quicker, maybe is sharper, maybe runs it just a couple times faster in order to get it. Sacrificing short term, maybe more hours if it's work. work related, or if you know that putting in more hours is going to equal to a greater pay at the end of the month, then put in more hours and just look at it as a temporary sacrifice until your goals are achieved. Once your goal is achieved, we're just humans, so what are we going to do if our spirit is for growth and fuller expression? Then the only thing we're going to do from that period of time is that we're going to expand, and we're going to set new and higher goals. And we're going to have to figure out a way where we're going to sacrifice, give up that of a lower nature to accept something of a higher nature, if that higher nature being what we want. And we're going to have to make those sacrifices. Once you can make those sacrifices, the world's your oyster. You could have it all.